Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. With me, as always, is Max, or as usual, almost always is Max. So for a little update for everybody, Besic and Bolasie. Besic is confirmed. Bolasie, as of this recording, is not completely official, but he was at their match last night. It seems as though and I think Pulis has confirmed that he's not going to Borough. So I think we can safely say Bolasie is heading to Villa. Yeah, that is definitely happening. So two players that, one which as soon as he came in was a mainstay of our squad and was starting every match in Bolasie, and we paid a lot of money for him. And the other player, Besic, who, when he came in, I think we all had seriously high hopes. And some people still feel like he can contribute to our squad today.
Yeah.
So let's start with Besic, because I think he's the one you have the most to say about.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Mo Besic ever since he come in. I remember reading it, obviously, when you hear of someone coming from the Hungarian league or the Croatian league or what have you. Obviously, I didn't know all that much. I saw a bit of him in that 2014 World Cup for Bosnia. But something that I read was give him a few seasons and he'll be worth almost double the valuation of what you paid. And that was something that I had bearing in mind when I watched him. And when you watch the style of player that he is, he just endears himself to you even more. You know, he's heart on his sleeve, full, 50-50, he's flying in all over the place. And, for this physicality, he got a hell of a pass on him, and he can handle the ball well at his feet. I'm upset to see him go out on loan because, from my opinion, I thought he did fairly well in pre-season, enough to stay on the books at Everton for the season. But the Championship is a completely different realm. If you like, you can iron out your game in the Championship if you're a Premier League player or at a Premier League club, and hopefully another season will get that out of him.
Yeah, he's a guy I think he wants to play. I don't think he wants to sit and wait and take his chances, backing up Idrissa Gueye or Schneiderlin or Gomez or Davies, for that matter. And he is, he's older than Baningime and Davies.
Yeah.
All right. I have a feeling that not only does Silva value those two more, but also he sees they're younger. And you know what I mean? So it's kind of a weird... They could fit his system a little better.
And
don't you think Besic looked good in preseason though?
Yeah, just before I get onto that, don't get me wrong. I know I'm singing his praises, but there's still a lot of flaws in Besic's game. He shouldn't be getting booked as often as he does, and he shouldn't lose the ball in key areas of the pitch as much as he does. But I was one of the first to say in that preseason I'd have had Besic ahead of Davies in the pecking order, really. Again, all down to Silva's way of things and who he wants in the squad, and for the reason that you've just mentioned there, Gerry, I'm sure because he's older, because he's playing national level football, the Besic will want playing time, want to play week in, week out, and being the promotion contenders that they are, I'm sure he's going to have quite a meaty season with Borough.
I think Tom Davies is quicker mentally during the game. I think when the ball comes into him, he is more likely to quickly get his head up and distribute quickly, and to move the ball on quickly and to keep the ball moving quickly. I think Besic is more likely to maintain possession and want to push a little bit more, but he has a lot of those moments of hesitation where he receives the ball and he needs to kind of check around. Davies, at least in his last game, at least in his last game, he did that. He did a lot of. He received the ball, got rid of it, and he played safe. He took less chances and he gave the ball away way less.
He plays on the turn, I feel, Davies. When the ball comes into his feet, his first instinct's to turn into space. And I think once that's almost your instinct when the ball comes to you, you're already playing into space as soon as you pick your head up. So I think that's a really good trait that Davies does have, and it also helps in him winning a lot of fouls. Whereas with Besic, it tends to be he loses the ball, then has to recover it, and often is booked in the process. So I agree. I think there's a bit more potential to work with Davies, but I don't know. I think I'm just a Besic fan, to be honest.
I am too. That's the biggest bummer about all this.
Yeah.
I think you and I both were holding out hope that he was going to come back stronger and he was going to find a way into the team. His attitude just appears to be great.
Yeah.
He came back and looked like he wanted to win a place.
Yeah.
You know, during preseason he looked good. Now we're not in training. We're not there. And we're trying to learn what Silva requires of those positions, those center mid positions, the center defensive mid, all those, the box to box. I worry that he doesn't have as much speed as Silva requires there, but I don't think Davies does either.
No.
But Ngami does though. He's got a little bit more quickness to him. We're trying to piece this together. It's a bummer because I don't know if he'll ever play another game that counts for us.
But let's hope this. Sometimes you have a bit of a false start. Hopefully, you need another kickstart season in the Championship, and fingers crossed that is the season that gets him fully developed and ready to come into the Everton squad. Yannick Bolasie, on the other hand, I feel like this might be his last destination before playing a game for Everton again, which I don't think he will.
Bolasie is a tricky one. I feel like I was more positive about Bolasie before his injury than most. I saw his athleticism as something we desperately needed on the wings.
Yeah.
The fact that he wasn't afraid to go down the line and beat a man. Decent skill. It's funny when someone has decent skill but not terrific touch.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange how he has that?
It's a funny combination, isn't it?
Yeah, but he had such athleticism. And then that injury was unfortunate. And last season when he came back, he was not ready. He looked slow. He looked like he couldn't beat a man. He was very, very frustrating to watch. So I understand. I mean, if he stays with us, he's probably not going to play. And I don't know if he's ever going to have the same explosiveness that he had before.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I was sceptical when the transfer first happened. I thought it was way too much for a player of his age and a player of his caliber. I think he redeemed himself a little bit with the connection that he conjured up with Romelu Lukaku when he was here. How many times did you see him swing across into the middle and Rom would be on the end of it 9 times out of 10. You've got to say he did suffer a little bit when Rom left, but the big thing is that injury, isn't it? Really.
Yep.
I don't think he had the same physical quickness or the same mental quickness because, as you said, it was not just frustrating; it was infuriating to see him on the wing sometimes. With the ball at his feet, head up, not knowing where to go or when to swing it in. And when you've got players like Richarlison and Walcott in your ranks, you can afford the luxury of saying, "Listen, mate, you're not good enough at the minute."
Yeah, and he seems like he's fun around the locker room. He seems like people like him, like he's, like he's positive. Like he's not going to be there grumbling, talking trash. Like,
he's a classic example of the modern day footballer, I think. Although I'm not the biggest fan of them, I do think they can give the squad the right morale boost at the right time.
Yeah. I would like to see him kind of find his feet somewhere, get some games.
Yeah, of course.
Start building more confidence in that knee. So we'll see what happens. Besic will probably have another good season.
Fingers crossed.
And it could be that he's just not Silva's type of guy, and that's we don't really like that, but
it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen. We're gonna lose good footballers. It's gonna happen. So, anything else on these two guys?
Nope. All the best out on loan, fellas.
Yeah, what he said. Total agreement with Max. All right. So, if you're digging the videos, please subscribe. sitting on about 1,100 subs, so thanks for that. We're gonna keep pushing the content. We're gonna keep building, keep growing, trying to push out more and more. So yeah. Also, you can find Max in written form, in text, on the Toffee Blues website. He's got some analysis there, and he pops up on pods all over the place. So yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, that's your update for the day. So
Lovely.
bye.